Hi everyone, this is Kevin from Supernatural Selection. Are you an independent creator? Do you have a webcomic or an Etsy store? Do you 3D print things? Or are you just looking to get some word out for your Discordian cabal with social terrorism? Well, we'd love to help. And David, I believe you've got some details about how we can help.
Why, certainly. If you go to supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact, that is supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact, you can learn how to advertise with us.
That's right. I believe the rate is $2 per episode. You can't beat that with a stick.
I mean, trust me, we've tried.
Yeah, that's cheap. That's literally cheaper than dirt.
Mm-hmm. And best of all, if you're not sure how to write an ad, we'll do it for you. We'll even record it.
Absolutely. Just let us know what you need in the ad, and we'll be happy to do that for you.
And again, that URL is supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact.
And now, back to the show. I had me a frog from eating them pickles. That was disgusting. And hello, welcome to Supernatural Selection. I'm your host, Kevin. With me this week are Mike the Skeptic. Mike, how are you?
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
Okay.
You know,
I
like
hated that.
Yeah. I know you were meant to.
Yeah.
You could find it terrible.
Mike's brother had one of those AM transmitter microphone things from The Simpsons. So
That's what. Yeah.
And but how are you, Mike?
I'm fine, I guess.
Here in this hellscape of a world.
It's not a hellscape yet.
Give it a minute. And we've got Mr. David Davis. David, how are you doing?
I mean, I'm okay. I don't know what's going on with you guys. Did something happen recently?
No, nothing at all. Nothing
okay.
happened a couple days ago.
Yeah, fair enough.
Nothing at all.
Or yesterday, actually. It was just yesterday, wasn't it?
Nothing at all.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing at all.
It's been
nothing at all.
48 hours.
It's been well, I'm doing okay, I guess. I'm just watching a lot of my friends go into a complete panic, and there's nothing I can do for them.
Yeah.
Except record this show about ghost monkeys. So it's Weekend Weird. And we have got a quick update about something we covered a while back. Now, we all remember the most mysterious song on the internet, correct?
I mean, I remember us talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It, everybody thought it was called Like the Wind or something along those lines. It was recorded off German radio in like 83 or 84. And it's the only known instance of that song. No one could figure out anything about it. The radio station didn't have any record of it because apparently the DJ just put it on there. It's been solved. They have discovered, well, honestly, the band came forward. Someone from the band came forward once he discovered that a song he recorded like 40 years ago.
Did he just like not? Well, if he recorded 40 years ago, yeah, I guess he maybe didn't have the internet like recently. Like he seems like he may not be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or, you know, they're on their like 60s or 50s, so
60s or 70s.
so they're probably not all that internet hip and didn't know.
Yeah,
what, you know,
like
was going
internet
Yeah.
for them would be like Facebook.
Yeah, they probably don't know what Reddit is.
Mm-hmm.
Or
So-
if they do, they just stick to like u/, German.
Reddit. Reddit, is that what a frog sounds like? Reddit.
You know, that's what I call the books I've already perused.
Yep.
Oh.
So he
Yeehaw.
came forward
Sorry.
and he God damn it. He came forward and he has the original demo of the song on tape and uploaded it.
Goddamn.
And he also has a live recorded version from a music festival they did. And the band is called Fex, F-E-X. The song is called Subways of Your Mind. It's just as catchy. And they just came together on live radio and did an acoustic version of the song. This is the first time they've been together as a band since then.
Shit.
And this is like the one happy ending we're getting.
Like, that is the best possible ending to something like this.
Yeah, they're getting together and they're going to re-record it in, like, you know, high def.
Mhm.
And I don't know what else they're going to do, but, like, Fex is back with Subway of Your Mind.
That's neat.
They did it. The internet did it, and it didn't turn out awful.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just happy for that. You know, we have an update that doesn't involve, like, the rocket guy crashing into the fucking ground.
The last time I remember the internet coming together and look for something like this was when the Something Awful forums looked for that Mario porn.
Oh yeah, super Hornio Brothers.
Yes.
Yep.
I think it wasn't finding the first one. I think there was a Super Hornio Brothers 2 that was like the holy grail.
Now, that's the one where Mario's having a wet dream?
I guess.
Well, you know who played Mario in that, right, David?
Ron Jeremy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who else are going to get to play Mario in a pornography?
Yeah.
FIFA?
Well, Nintendo bought that. They own the rights to it, and
Yeah,
that's
that's
why
why
you
no one
can't
can
find
find
it.
Right.
Yeah, Nintendo literally bought the rights to a porno to keep it out of circulation.
They did what fucking George Lucas couldn't with the holiday special. That blows my mind.
Well, you know, it was the VHS days, so
Yeah, it's true.
can't do that shit now.
Yeah. So, guys,
Mhm.
it's a weekend weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my first story tonight is I figured let's start with something kind of fun given everything that's happening in the world. And I've technically got two things to read. The first is a story from October 30th. And I'm going to read this. This is from the dailymail.com. Article is by Matthew Phelan, who's a senior science reporter.
Okay.
Article, Pentagon chief reveals high-res photo of a UFO mothership. Huge mini city floating in the sky. An ex-Pentagon official who gained fame for blowing the lid off a $22 million secretive government UFO program. This is Lou Elizondo, by the way.
Shit.
Super trustful Lou Elizondo.
Lou Albano.
Yeah, Captain Lou Elizondo. Anyway, has revealed an image of an alleged UFO mothership. Lou Elizondo, a career U.S. Army counterintelligence specialist, previously ran the military's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, or ATIP. Monday night in Philadelphia at a private UFO event, Elizondo dropped what he described as a craft, quote, looking like a mothership from Close Encounters of the Third Kind, referring to the 1977 Steven Spielberg film. Quote, guess what we caught in Romania in 2022? By the way, the U.S. Embassy, as Elizondo told attendees at the paid event, gesturing to the photo, that. He went on to discuss it as a, quote, huge mini city floating in the sky. But the UFO, which resembles a gleaming dish-shaped craft, has already drawn withering critiques from skeptics, believers, and even military UFO witnesses alike, who claim to have traced the photo to not the U.S. Embassy, but a Facebook page. Now, the reason I'm reading this, the article continues talking about the controversy of it. The photo is kind of neat. It looks kind of like something from close. It looks like a UFO with tentacles hanging out of it, so it's got kind of a Nope vibe. And it's just hovering over a city.
Yeah.
And so the next part is Lou Elizondo's tweet. Let's see, the same day. As you all know, I am always happy to be my own worst critic. A photo that was provided to me by a friend in government a couple of years ago was presented by me 2 days ago at an engagement in Philadelphia. Looks like we can put this one to bed as our friends in Twitter figured solve this one. Major bravo to you. Excellent work to whoever solved this one, and a big thank you. Crowdsourcing works. Now let's see if together we can figure out the rest. As folks at the show will attest, this is precisely why I showed the first few slides at the beginning. So it turns out this photo is a chandelier being reflected in the window when they took the photo. So he made a big to-do over a chandelier.
Oh, and the way he like positions it in the tweet is like, "Oh, this is a lesson for all of us."
It's like, no, this is a lesson for you.
Yeah, no, I'm doing everyone a service, showing how misinformation can drive. It's like, oh, come on, dude.
Now, in all fairness, I'll give him some credit for, owning up after being called out like a dumb shit. But Lou Elizondo is like, everybody talks about how, he's a whistleblower. It's like, yeah, but he was also involved in like spreading disinformation into the UFO community. So why would he be telling the truth this time?
Right.
So
his reputation precedes him.
Yes. This is definitely one of those. No, I was lying all those other times, but this time for real.
You should look at the example of one Chicken Little.
Or a boy and a wolf.
And a boy, yes, that cried. One wolf.
Yes. One gross wolf.
Or some third metaphorical story that I can't think of.
Yes.
Very good, David. So I just wanted to, I don't know, this whole situation, I think my problem, the older I've gotten, is the gullibility of the UFO community. Like, they are so desperate to believe things that they will latch on to anything in some cases.
And here's the big problem is next time he comes forward with something, people are still going to believe it implicitly.
Oh, yeah, because, but he is with the government. Yeah, he's a spook. Do you really want to listen to him? It's, I don't know. Mike, thoughts?
None. That's, I mean, nothing that y'all haven't said already.
Okay. Well, what would it take? Like, what kind of evidence would you need to believe? Like, what kind of, we've had the Tic Tac. We've had photos like this.
The butt.
Is there something? Yeah, okay, yeah, that would probably do it for him. But, Mike, what would it take to prove to you that UFOs are here and they're, they are abducting people and doing the thing?
I mean,
like a press conference or something?
I don't know. It's like trying to think of what the bare minimum, what threshold would it be? I mean, it'd have to be a credible source. I mean,
okay. What if it was like NBC News as opposed to, say, CNN?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they would report that.
Yeah.
Without being just, unless like a UFO lands, in Times Square.
Yeah. What if they had Klaxar on as a guest?
Yeah. I mean,
I want to throw out, what if it was a White House press briefing where they just straight up say there are aliens?
Here's the question. What administration?
Well, here's the problem, though, is that if they are here and real, wouldn't they be the ones suppressing it?
You would think, yeah.
So, I don't see how. That's why I was trying to think of a situation, and other than I don't know, maybe if Kevin got abducted and he came to me and was super serial about it, I'd be like, okay,
crying with a hurt butt.
Yeah, you couldn't sit in your chair for a week.
Yeah.
You do regressive hypnosis therapy and Kevin just starts screaming.
Here's the thing. I question... Actually, that involves my second story. We'll get into that later.
Jesus Christ.
But no, like so you're saying like I'd need to be sitting on a donut and like sobbing all
No,
the
but
time.
I mean, if you came to me and seriously told me, you got abducted, I would have to think about it because I know you wouldn't lie to me about it. I know.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously,
I
I
would
sit here
never
and think,
lie
Kevin,
about
Kevin
this.
thinks he definitely believes he got abducted.
Like
Right.
Whitley Strieber believed something happened.
Right,
Yeah.
Mike. Would you ask him how bruised is your rectum? Is that one of the first questions you'd ask?
No, first I'd ask him. Well, did you get hit over the head a lot recently?
Recently?
Yes.
No.
Have you eaten any weird mushrooms?
You know I can't eat mushrooms anymore.
Well, you know what, weird ones.
Well, no. I'm allergic to mushrooms now. I wouldn't even think about it. Which really makes me curious if I could actually, partake of like psilocybin.
Oh, you're allergic to mushrooms?
I didn't used to be, but like the last time I ate mushrooms, it actually has started activating my penicillin allergy. So like,
You got a bag
shit.
of mushroom
Yeah.
chips and started going to town on them.
yeah, I got like anaphylactic, almost got like, what's it called, anaphylactic shock.
Oh,
You started having.
Yeah, my throat
You
started
started having-
closing up. I started going red. I had to go throw up all of it.
jeez, dude.
It was like
I
I
think
thought
you
I
were-
was dying.
I think you were far away from anaphylactic shock, but you were definitely having an allergic reaction.
Oh yeah, it was fucking bad.
But you did what the allergic reaction is supposed to do and make you throw your shit up.
Which I fucking did, man. So yeah, I did. So I think we could safely say, no, I didn't have mushrooms.
I mean, if you had just the psilocybin, that wouldn't be mushrooms.
No, that's true. I guess. I'm curious.
Like any strange paper lately.
Ayahuasca, perhaps. I'm sitting here doing this to myself. What the fuck? But no, Lou Elizondo, I would I don't know that a grain of salt is enough to take with Lou Elizondo.
Right, you need the whole damn mine.
Yeah, yep. With all those movies stored in it. Which is still weird to me that they store movies in salt mines.
Yeah, I mean it's like that big cheese storage thing they got in somewhere in the Midwest.
If it's not Wisconsin, I'm shocked.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just some big government cheese cave.
You had
would
me at Cheese Cave.
Like they need to make a heist film where it's a bunch of rats trying to raid the government cheese cave.
Oh, and the main one's voiced by Chris Hemsworth, of course.
Yeah.
And Chris Pine's in there. And
I'd watch it.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt as Garfield.
Did that movie already come out?
I have no idea now that you mention it.
I know there was an animated Garfield. Was that the one with Chris Pratt as Garfield?
It was yes.
Okay,
Yes,
alright.
it was.
Okay.
It looks more like Garfield, but it's Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, that's my story. I just really wanted to get that out there because any chance to like make Lou Elizondo look kind of stupid, I'm willing to take that swing.
Like his name sounds like a B-tier comedian in like 2003.
Yeah, like he was on SNL for like a season, and then
Yeah.
like he did some off-color jokes.
Lou
And got
Elizondo.
It's Saturday Night Live. God, I miss him. Friggin' Don Pardo. Anyway, so who would like to go next?
Do you want me to ruin your night?
Might as well.
I don't know how much more you can ruin anything at this point.
All right, well, let's see if I manage it. This article is from dailyatomic.com, filed under their weird news section.
Okay.
Title is Man Complaining of Indigestion Had Live Cockroach in His Small Intestine.
I hate you. Jesus fuck.
This was back October 23rd. All right. Doctors at a hospital in New Delhi, India, were left stunned following the discovery of a live 3-centimeter cockroach in the small intestine of a patient who came in with complaints of stomach ache and indigestion. According to reports, the patient, a 23-year-old man, was recently admitted to the Fortis Hospital after reportedly experiencing severe abdominal pain for 3 days, which also caused difficulty in digesting food. Following constipation, it was theorized that this issue stemmed from the consumption of contaminated street food at a night market he visited days before. It's understood that doctors decided the best move was to conduct an upper gastrointestinal endoscopy, which is a procedure that examines the upper part of the gastrointestinal tract. I think we all know what that is.
I've had one several times.
Yeah, you're intimately familiar.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was during the procedure that they stumbled on the bizarre sight of a live cockroach in the man's small intestine.
Good
Quote,
God.
Right? Quote, for the last 2 or 3 days, the patient was suffering from indigestion and bloating after eating food. It was during the routine inspections that we incidentally spotted the cockroach. Even we were surprised, right? Even we were surprised as to how the cockroach managed to remain intact. The doctors moved swiftly to extract the insect from the man's body using an endoscope with 2 channels, one for air and water infusion, and the other for air suction, according to the report. We activated the suction button on the scope, effectively sucking the cockroach into the suction channel, leading to its removal from the body and saving the man's life. Adding that failing to remove the insect as fast as possible could have caused serious complications, including infectious diseases. No shit.
Because he had a fucking roach in him.
Mm-hmm. Theorizing how the bug got into the man's body, the gastroenterologist speculated that it could have crawled down his throat as he slept, or he accidentally swallowed it when visiting the night market.
Oh my fucking God.
So yeah, that's my article for you guys.
Oh boy.
I sleep with my mouth open sometimes, and now I'm never sleeping again.
Well, I mean, how many spiders do we consume a year?
I don't want to know.
Hey, Google, how many spiders does the average person consume a year? Let's see. The average person does not consume... Oh, this is an AI answer. I don't trust it.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, it's an urban legend, but the common version is that you swallow 20 in your lifetime. And I know that they are saying that it's an urban legend, but I guarantee you a spider has crawled into each of our mouths.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. It's probably eaten gnats that I swallowed.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said the endoscopy thing, and for lack of a better term, I got finger cuffed with invasive inspecting tools.
Jesus Christ.
I'm
Continue.
just saying. I had an ulcer, and they had to check, and like I nearly died from that ulcer, and they stuck cameras in both ends when I was unconscious, apparently.
Well, that's an experience.
And you know what? I'd still rather go through that than have a roach inside me.
Yeah, I mean, you were lucky they didn't find a roach in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could have got out through the hole in my stomach.
That has got to be the most horrific, most traumatizing thing that you will never get over. Like, they find a roach in a roach in your small intestine.
Oh, yeah, no. Dude, I would, like, surgically close my mouth and just drink through a straw.
You would second guess every single thing you ever do after that.
No
Like,
kidding.
you would, like, double check your underwear when you put it on. You would triple check your food, and you wouldn't even, like, sit down without looking at the chair and testing it. Just in case.
Yeah, it's like finding a black widow or a brown recluse in your shoes.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Which, I apologize for people that freak out from spiders, but I'm just sort of relating what it's like living in Australia every day. Just saying.
Yeah. But, hey, cockroaches in your bum.
Yeah.
God damn it. Mike, he stole your word. Scrambled your rom there.
Yes.
Is anyone else kind of shifting uncomfortably?
Yeah, no, I'm puckered. I am puckered.
I'm going to make sure I have a cork tonight.
Yep, that's what you do, man.
Yep.
Just make sure you get something with a flared base.
Exactly.
Yep.
You don't want it getting stuck up there and then showing up in one of those funny X-rays they post online.
You know, that does remind me. Speaking of flared base, so I was on Etsy.
Okay, where is this going?
And you know, I've bought like weird UFO related stuff on there. I got my Jesus blessing the Greys print there, and it was like, hey, you look like the sort of fella who would like a scale model of the Kecksburg UFO. And it technically looks like an acorn on its white end. But it also looks like it could be a plug.
It doesn't have enough of a, like, it doesn't narrow down to a flared base, though. Like
It's got a ridged end, you know, but
it's supposed to like narrow down to like kind of like a vase or like a
I gotcha.
A wine glass. It's supposed to have like a stem.
God, I've seen news articles about people with wine glasses.
Oh no, I meant like a wine glass, not
an actual wine glass. Yes, I know, but I've seen that. Oh my!
Light bulbs.
Oh Christ! You know, I always love when there's an excuse involved with that.
I fell on it.
I felt like the guy who fell on the World War I ordnance.
Oh yeah, no, that guy. He said it was for his hemorrhoids.
His ass it is.
He kept like he used a live. I can't remember what. It was a medium form. It wasn't like a big tank shell. It was like kind of a medium. I would probably guess
ballistic,
about 30 millimeters or so.
But it was explosive.
Oh
right?
yes, it was explosive tip. But it's one of those that only gets armed after it's fired. So it's relatively safe. But he would use it to like. So he said something about his hemorrhoids. Like it helped with his hemorrhoids.
What's he doing? Threatening them?
No, he's sticking it up his ass.
I know. Is that threatening them?
No, it might be like the cool metal. Like
if you don't stop,
felt
hurting,
good against him. I guess.
I swear to God, if you don't stop hurting, I'm gonna blow both of us up.
Well, stick the shell up there again.
I can tell you what's worse is a cockroach.
Yeah, actually, I would rather have any of the things we talked about other than a cockroach in my lower intestine.
I'm guessing maybe it was like eating.
I can only imagine.
Intestinal lining.
Jesus God, I want to throw up all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Fucking hell,
I feel
David.
ill enough when I see a cockroach. Like maybe once a month, I'll see a cockroach in the tub, and I get a little ill then.
You know what the most fucked up part is? That cockroach probably had a tapeworm.
Wow.
It's like a Bestroika doll.
I was going to say it's a nesting doll of gross.
Exactly.
Jesus God.
Cockroach in the gut.
The guy was eating for 3.
Oh God. There's a bog down in the valley.
The flea on the tapeworm, and the tapeworm in the roach in the gut, and the gut in the man, and the man in the
country.
Shit. In the valley.
God, I fucking hate this.
If you don't know that reference, look up the Rattling Bog.
Row the Rattling Bog.
It's a Irish pub song.
Yep. So, oh God, I just want to vomit. Honestly, Mike, save us.
Save you, huh?
Save me.
So should I? So do you want? I'm trying to think. I think this one might be a good like palate cleanser at the end. Maybe I shouldn't waste it now.
The ginger.
Well, I do have one final thought regarding the cockroach.
Yeah.
Could you shove a bug bomb up the ass to get rid of it?
Shouldn't.
Oh my God. Hey, do you remember how Edgar Bug killed the exterminator?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's about the only other option.
Exactly.
That
the world's moistest roach motel.
Oh God.
The roach condo.
Mike, what were you saying?
Say like going after COVID with bleach.
Well,
same outcome. I think of very dead
murder.
He ended up being an RV.
Oh, God damn it. Oh, Mike, save us, please.
So, from Jalopnik from August of this year, the government tried to catch UFOs with huge radioactive traps, says
Wait.
a whistleblower.
Wait, what?
So, like cockroaches, I guess, they use radioactive traps to catch the UFOs, or try to anyway.
And when you say whistleblower, I'm just sitting here going, it's going to be Lou.
An ex-Pentagon official turned whistleblower claims there was a plan to try and lure a UFO to Earth and catch it using a massive radioactive trap.
They had a pie and a box and a stick. And the pie was made of
radioactive.
Yeah, it was made of radium.
Uranium. The U.S. government can do anything it wants to try and convince us all that it doesn't know anything about alien life in space. We'll always assume it was hiding something. Now a Pentagon whistleblower has claimed that the government does know about the presence of alien life, and even went so far as to try to hatch a plan to try and catch a UFO in a giant radioactive trap.
And the person responsible for that operation was Elmer Fudd.
Yes.
Hello.
Ex-Pentagon official turned whistleblower. What was that name, Kevin?
Lou Elizondo?
Luis Elizondo.
That's him.
Has been
God
making
damn.
some
Damn it.
pretty outlandish claims about the U.S. government's knowledge of alien life this week, reports Futurism.
I love how you and me both have some shit from this guy.
The whistleblower, who reportedly once held a secret government's UFO program, once led, not held, claims there was once a plan to try and catch and study an alien craft. What, we don't already have them? I thought that was the thing, is we already had them from Roswell.
I thought we had them at Roswell and like...
maybe it's like, unlike the Independence Day, we couldn't fix it, so now we want to try to catch a working one.
Oh, okay.
So we've run out of all the ideas.
Of the up to 7 craft that crashed at Roswell,
Yeah.
we couldn't get any of them to work.
I mean, we couldn't even kit bash them together and just scavenge parts. So,
This was one of the first foreign imports. So,
yeah,
I just picture them trying to make it work, and it's like a UFO version of that song by Johnny Cash, "One Piece at a Time."
yes, except UFO.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some of the aliens' names. It's
Serpo.
Zipnak.
Nordic, Mantis Cuck. Just naming all these.
Lyrans.
Johnny Cash vote.
Yes. Oh, God. Fucking. There's cat hair on this thing. What the fuck?
I'm sure their parts aren't cross-compatible. But then again, in the story, in that song, the parts from those cars weren't cross-compatible either.
Yeah.
So, makes sense. Elizondo claims that the government once hatched an ambitious plan to entice alien craft to Earth with an enormous nuclear footprint, reports Futurism. Once a UFO, or unidentified anomalous phenomenon, UAP, as they're officially known.
I thought it was aerial.
I don't know. They've changed it all the time. Look, they keep changing what it was, so we're not with it anymore.
Fuck it. We're going back to UFO.
Yeah, we'll start. We'll just start calling them UFOs. Just to piss everybody off.
How about we just call them space boats?
Or saucers.
Oh, can we go back to saucers?
We can go back to saucers.
Okay, this show, our official stance is now they're not UAPs or UFOs, they're flying saucers.
Hell yeah.
Unless they're landed, then they're landed saucers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking euphonauts.
Once a UFO or unidentified phenomenon, as they're officially known, passes close by, the government's trap would spring into action and capture the craft.
How?
Quote, in
Like
an
a
interview with the
mousetrap.
Daily Mail, credible as always, Elizondo said he's finally been cleared by the Pentagon, yeah right, to tell the full truth about his claims, which include his assertion that he's seen glowing green orbs in his house after he began leading a secretive army office looking into what the government calls UAPs. He said in his interview that with the British tabloid, the ex-official is also privy to knowledge of, quote, traps the government set up to catch and capture UAPs. We had a plan to set up a real big nuclear footprint, Elizondo said. Something we knew would be irresistible to these UAPs.
Like delicious, delicious honey.
Once these unwitting ETs fell for the ruse, the, quote, trap would be sprung, he continued.
And
So what new, like radiation and nuclear stuff is like cheese to a UFO?
I'm just in the trap. I'm just picturing like a spring-loaded badminton net.
No, it's like a giant version of those wild animal traps, for like the cat traps.
Oh,
Oh, it turns out the consultant was Fred Jones from Mr. Inc.
Oh yeah, no, it's just a ridiculous contraption that has a net that drops on the UFO.
yeah. No, like I said, it's like a badminton net.
Yeah.
It just springs up and catches it.
It has to be bigger than that. It has to be one of those industrial like fishing nets.
I didn't
super
specify a
badminton
size.
Well, a badminton net has a regulation size, I'm sure.
Well, this is the badminton net of the gods.
The idea of the U.S. government setting traps for ETs might sound totally believable, really, but it does start.
Do what?
But it does start to fall apart. Yes, they said it sounds totally believable, but it does start to fall apart. And maybe that was ironic, but it does start to fall apart when you spend more than a few minutes thinking about Elizondo's claims. For example, if an alien race had the ability to travel across the cosmos to reach Earth, surely they could see right through our little trap. On top of that, is there anything we could muster that could possibly outsmart a race that advanced? My thing is that, well, if they can go into outer space and travel around freely at will, why would nuclear stuff attract them? They could just find that, anywhere out there.
The problem is I understand his logic because of the number of times UFOs have been spotted around nuclear facilities, but it's still crap logic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you may as well just, like we said, take some uranium, put it in a picnic basket,
Hey, boo-boo.
get a butterfly net, boo-boo.
I know. Put some radioactive material in like one of the big stadiums that has the opening roofs.
Oh, the
Fly
Superdome.
that. Well, the Superdome doesn't open.
Oh.
But there are plenty that do.
Okay.
Like I know the perfect one. The one in Atlanta, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium that looks like a giant robot sphincter. You put it in there, and once the UFO lands in there, we close the sphincter.
That is a sentence you just said.
Operation
Look
Clench.
it up. Look, both of you, while I can finish the story, look up the Atlanta Mercedes-Benz Stadium roof and tell me that doesn't look like a robot
Okay.
sphincter.
All right. You continue with the story.
It's then you might start to question why someone like Elizondo might make such claims. What has he got to gain from them? Well, now is probably a good time to report that he's just written a book that's available to buy in all good retailers. So yeah, he probably has a few books to sell and thinks peddling outlandish claims about alien traps and proof of UFOs is a good way to get suckers like me to buy.
Okay.
Now, Mike, do you refer to your asshole as an aperture? Because this is just an aperture. I don't think a butthole necessarily clenches like that.
I get what he's talking about.
I would just use the word aperture.
Why Mike would say it looks like a robot butthole.
Like a camera shutter, look at the asshole on that camera.
You never called a camera asshole before?
Yeah, exactly. Usually the person behind the camera is the asshole.
Yeah, but still.
But I mean, the butthole's an aperture.
I see where you're going with that, but also I'm like, it's just an aperture, but it's very fun that you've described it as an asshole.
Look, that's the way it was actually told to me. As someone called it Megatron's butthole.
Transformers.
It's over, Prime. Oh, God.
I have the sphincter control.
Yeah, I guess when it's completely closed, it looks, because it has a Mercedes logo, you can't really tell. But
no, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it
But
gaping.
when it's partially opened, it's even more, because it's like you can't see the logo, but it's got this like, lines and a hole in the middle.
That stadium just goat-seeing all the drones in the city.
Oh, they should. Man, I would love to put some hands next to it. Big robot hands with a wedding ring.
And the wedding ring, on the wedding ring is like the Autobot Matrix.
Oh my God, Mike. That's amazing. here's the thing. Now I've got the mental image of Lou Elizondo driving around. It's like, would you like to buy a book? I've got several copies in my trunk.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, just Lou Elizondo driving around with books in his trunk and hoping you'll buy it because he...
Talking about radioactive traps.
I looked in the trap, Ray.
At least he's not talking about like radioactive traps in the anime sense.
Ooh, man. Speaking of anime, real quick, David, I'm really looking forward to the Dan to Dan episode we've suddenly decided we're gonna fucking do.
I mean, there's enough in there where it's like, no, we can have a lot of fun with it. Because also, like, I'm starting to pick up on all. Yeah, I'm also starting to pick up on all the Ultraman stuff in it.
Yeah, again, the whole time I'm sitting there glub shittoing at like everything in the show that I'm like going Servo, Spider-Man. The whole time I'm just trying not to lose my shit over that stuff. But Mike, thank you for that. And even if I just love the fact that both of us had something with Lou Elizondo in the Daily Mail, and then you introduced us to Megatron's butthole. So, man, does his butthole work like the fusion cannon?
I hope not. For Starscream's sake, anyway.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I would do a voice for either of them, but like I'm afraid I'm gonna lose my voice if I do it. So, guys,
yeah,
I think we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll do our next batch of stories, and then we'll take another break, we may take another break, but we also have questions at the end of the show. Anyway, we'll be right back after this. Hey, Kevin here. Hope you're enjoying the episode.
Hey, who are you talking to, Kevin?
Listeners of our shows. I also want to let them know that if they're enjoying what we've been doing, they can support us on Patreon.
Oh, Patreon. Were you going to tell them about the early episodes? Also, Patreon-exclusive episodes that can be found there, too?
Well, yeah, I was going to do the...
yeah, and then there's the other cool stuff, including art, merch for subscribers, like tote bags, hoodies, shirts, mugs.
Yeah, and...
Can you believe people could support us for only $5 a month? You're definitely going to mention that, too, right?
I was. Support Supernatural Selection and The Distraction Hole on Patreon for as little as $5 a month. Visit patreon.supernaturalselectionpod.com to learn more and get started today. And we're back. So guys, did you have a good break?
Uneventful.
Good.
I was all by myself.
No one was looking. I was thinking of you. Sorry, Green Day moment. So guys, my next article also has to do with UFOs, and let me get a little background info here. Back in the olden days, when the whole idea of alien abduction was like first really hitting the mainstream, we're not talking Betty and Barney Hill. We're talking about in the 90s, like Fire in the Sky. Frequent guest on a lot of the shows about this stuff, like Sightings, was a Bud Hopkins, and Bud was would put people under hypnosis through memory regression and pull out their abduction memories. Famous for it, wrote multiple books. I do suggest you check them out. Well, one of his cases, his most famous case, Bud said this was possibly the most important abduction case in human history, was the Manhattan alien abduction incident, where a woman was pulled through the wall of her apartment over Manhattan and drawn into a spaceship, and there were 2 witnesses that were police officers, and then multiple other witnesses actually saw it happen.
Damn.
This is probably almost... This shit didn't happen because it turned out the 2 witnesses were bullshit. But, anyway, that wasn't any fault of Bud's. He was lied to. That'll happen.
That'll happen.
Anyway, so Netflix just put out a documentary about it called The Manhattan Alien Abduction. And I heard that this was kind of a hit piece against Bud Hopkins on Mysterious Universe when I was listening last week. And they had a lot of thoughts on that. But I found this article on Medium, which I had to make an account for because it's a member-only story.
Yeah.
Articles by Ryan Sprague. And it was put up 1 day ago. So, Netflix sued for egregious improprieties in the making of alien abduction docuseries.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting. Which Bud Hopkins died years ago. So he's not around to defend himself.
Yeah.
The following is a press release by several of the principals involved with the estate of Bud Hopkins. The main witness, Linda Napolitano, and UFO researcher Peter Robbins. New York, November 4th, 2024. Netflix recently released The Manhattan Alien Abduction, may be garnering many viewers, but the principals involved in the production of this claimed documentary have filed suit in New York State Supreme Court this week for their duped participation as a result of the lies and bad faith of the behemoth online streaming channel and its producers. Promoted to be, quote, based on a true story. Little was further from the truth, as rights holders and contracting parties were blatantly lied and deceived to. Let me start that over. Little was further from the truth, as rights holders and contracting parties were blatantly lied and deceived to become involved in the spurious story orchestrated by Netflix and its associates. Man, I wish this was simpler language. Using the deeply embittered, revenge-seeking ex-wife of Bud Hopkins as the protagonist.
Oh, shit.
The producers suggested it was all a hoax and cast doubt and aspersions on the principals, both of who willingly participated in what they were told was to be a true account of the painstakingly researched and investigated book Witnessed by author Bud Hopkins. Hopkins, a distinguished artist and investigator of the UFO phenomenon, spent 5 years investigating the claims of one Linda Napolitano, who has consistently maintained that she was abducted by aliens from the bedroom of her Manhattan apartment in November 1989. Assisted throughout this by his longtime assistant, renowned ufologist Peter Robbins, Hopkins' investigation concluded that she was telling the truth, which had been collaborated by 22 separate eyewitness accounts as set out in Hopkins' best-selling book, Witnessed, the true story of the Brooklyn Bridge UFO abductions. It was this book that formed the basis of this new mini-series and which Netflix promoted as a true story, upon which Miss Napolitano and Mr. Robbins were told was to be the aim of the producers. While the pair were informed early on that Rainey had been interviewed for the series and supplied archival materials, the fact that she was also directly involved in the production of said series was intentionally and deliberately withheld from them, knowing neither would have agreed to participate had they been aware of the fact. Rainey, a self-proclaimed expert, quote, skeptic, with zero background in the world of UFO studies other than her association with her ex-husband, colluded with the filmmaker and producers in creating a narrative driven by innuendo and suggestions that disparages Miss Napolitano and Mr. Robbins by their lies, the appearances they were compelled to assume, and the completely fabricated environments they were made to inhabit, along with the scripted dialogue. The estate of Bud Hopkins, Linda Napolitano, and Peter Robbins filed suit to seek redress the bad faith of the producers and Netflix, utilizing materials and papers apparently stolen from Mr. Hopkins by the ex-wife without the consent and permission of the estate.
Fuck.
Napolitano and Robbins, now forever associated with this false narrative, seek redress and damages to their character and reputation for this defamation and fraud perpetrated against them. And it goes on for another couple paragraphs, but you guys get the point. And again, I'm not gonna say whether this happened or not. I mean, there's a whole 22 witnesses thing, which I've never heard of that. I know about 2 witnesses, but nonetheless, that's some shitty doings there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that means that, like, next year we're going to have to do an episode called This Bud's For You.
Actually, that would be a fantastic idea, because I would love to cover Bud Hopkins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm sure this case will be developing, so we hopefully have, like, more news about that.
Yeah, because I feel like I don't remember, he may have, like, dealt with Whitley Strieber. I'm not positive, but Mike...
Yeah.
I mean, I know you don't believe it happened because you're Mike the Skeptic, but, like, do you feel like that's a shitty thing to do to get people involved with something? Tell them, we're doing a story that's gonna, tell this true story, and then it turns out to be a hit piece against the people they interviewed.
I mean, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is willfully deceiving people.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it's bad, it's a bad faith thing.
Yeah.
And then, Hopkins, I think, I don't know if he necessarily worked on the Strieber case, but his book, Intruders, was around the same time that Communion was out.
Yeah, this was during, like, right before the X-Files became a big thing, because it was really starting to hit popular culture, which also that's when I really got interested, was, around 89, so
yeah,
I get it. But yeah, it reminds me of the movie What the Bleep Do We Know? Where they interviewed all the quantum physicists and scientists and everything, and then cut it together to make it sound like they were agreeing with the Ramtha cult's ideas. It just reminds me of that.
Yeah.
And, if you wanted another reason to, like, cancel your Netflix account, there you go.
Yeah, that's a pretty shitty thing to do, because, like, when you're producing a project like that, there's a reason you fucking let people know everything.
Yeah. Yeah, don't be a dick about it, basically. So yeah, I just really wanted to cover that, because, like, I don't know, I've always kind of felt like, say what you will about Bud Hopkins and his beliefs, I never felt that he was being disingenuous about what he was doing. Like, I really think he believed in this.
Yeah.
Because he, again, it's one of those things where he kind of ruined his life.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, you carry that no matter what. No matter how convincing you are, there are going to be people who think you're a crank.
Yeah, he went from being noted Manhattan artist to the abduction guy.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's just, it makes me mad at Netflix again.
Yeah, and, like, it's a hit piece against a guy who is dead already, and it's from a vengeful ex, apparently.
Yeah, that's the thing that got me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, all this is alleged, but, like, I could see him doing it. So,
yeah,
anyway.
Absolutely.
I'll try to keep track of this case as it goes, and we can come back and talk about it, later. And again, I'm glad you brought that up, David. We do need to do a Bud Hopkins episode. I think it would be interesting.
Yeah, no, because it's one of those interesting kind of biographical angles that we enjoy doing from time to time. So
yeah, we can do that sometime after we really delve into the magic stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, that's my second one, David. What have you got that is non-fucking roach related?
Okay, well, I've got two stories, and you can pick which one you want.
Fuck.
So the door on the left is monkeys. The door on the right is Catholicism.
God, can you combine them? Can it be Catholic monkeys?
No, unfortunately not. So you have to pick, Catholicism or monkeys.
I probably know both these stories.
Well, which one do you recommend, Mike?
I'd like monkeys.
You know what? I agree. Let's do monkeys.
As long as there aren't 12 of them.
Alrighty. Got this one from the AP.
4
to 3 monkeys escaped from a South Carolina medical lab. Police say there is no serious danger.
Could you repeat the number?
43 monkeys.
Yeah, 31 too many, Kevin.
I was going to say 43 too many.
No, 12 monkeys.
I get it. I just still think that's a lot of monkeys.
All right,
yeah,
and,
I heard the news story. There wasn't a number yet listed, but I heard it this morning. I was like going, God damn it. It's only been 2 days. Are you already going to have some apocalyptic shit going on?
Hey,
43.
Before you even get started, I hope one of the sheriff's deputies was like, not my circus, not my monkeys.
What do you call a group of 43? A barrel?
Yes. That's the only appropriate name.
No, it's a plethora.
A plethora of monkeys. Anyway, tell us this article.
Excuse me. Fuck. All right. All right. This is from Jeffrey Collins. The latest update was at about 8 p.m. today, actually. So, okay, 43 monkeys escaped from a compound used for medical research in South Carolina, but the nearby police chief said there is almost no danger to the public.
Almost
no danger. They are not infected with any disease whatsoever. They are harmless and a little skittish. Right?
That's real goddamn specific.
Right? No, exactly. It's like, there's no disease attached to these. Yemassee Police Chief Gregory Alexander said Thursday morning. The rhesus macaque primates, or is it macaque?
I think it's macaque.
We've had this discussion before.
It's macaque.
Macaque? Okay.
The rhesus macaque is covered in soft downy fur.
The rhesus macaque primates escaped from the Alpha Genesis facility. Alpha Genesis?
What? Yeah. This is as bad as Peter Thiel and his Palantir thing.
Alpha Genesis sounds like the start of a Resident Evil game.
Fuck.
Wednesday, when a new employee didn't fully shut an enclosure. Fuck.
Yes.
I forgot to shut the monkey door, y'all. I'm sorry.
You always shut the monkey door.
Shut your monkey door.
They even have it on a piece of paper taped to the door. Be sure to shut the monkey door.
Shut and lock monkey door before returning to office. Jesus, come on, guys.
Right.
We got to get this together.
The monkeys are females weighing around 7 pounds. And
it's girl monkeys.
Right. And are so young and small that they haven't been used for testing, police said. Alpha Genesis employees, quote, currently have eyes on the primates and are working to entice them with food, police said in a statement issued around noon Thursday. The company usually handles escapes on site, but the monkeys got outside the compound about 1 mile down from downtown Yemassee. Alexander said. The handlers know them well and usually can get them back with fruit or a little treat. But rounding up these escapees is taking some more work. Alpha Genesis is taking the lead, setting up traps and using thermal imaging cameras to recapture the monkeys on the run, the chief said. There is almost no danger to the public.
And they are certainly not infected with horrible diseases.
Yeah, we're not, recreating the movie Outbreak.
Yeah. I had, look, is Captain Trips involved?
Right? No, just the minute we see Dustin Hoffman in South Carolina, we're screwed. People living nearby need to shut their windows and doors so the monkeys can't find a place to hide inside. And if they see the primates, call 911 so company officials and police can capture them. Can you imagine, in North Carolina being that police station and you get the 911 call about monkeys? There are about 3 monkeys on my roof.
Correction, 43 monkeys. You really need to get out here, sir. Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Alpha Genesis provides... Again, that fucking name.
That's terrible.
That's the most dystopian company name we've had since that other one that we were joking about, and I forget the name of it now, but, we were just remarking how fucking dystopian it sounded.
Yeah.
Anyway, Alpha Genesis provides primates for research worldwide at its compound about 50 miles northeast of Savannah, Georgia, according to its website. The company did not respond to an email asking about Wednesday's escape.
Wow.
They've got a monkey filter on their inbox.
Oh, God. I've got this mental image of some poor guy, like a Looney Tunes style henchman guy, just running up panicked with a wheelbarrow full of monkeys, and he opens the door and he throws one in, and every time he picks one up and throws it in, the first one jumps out.
Well,
who they won't stay.
You know who they need to get on this is the kid from Ape Escape.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Wait, what if they put him in balls?
What if this is Sony's attempt at a viral marketing stunt for a new Ape Escape game?
I look forward to that game then.
In 2018, federal officials fined Alpha Genesis $12,600 after dozens of primates escaped as well for an incident that left a few others without water and other problems with how the monkeys were housed. So this is the second monkey incident.
So we went from dozens.
Well, 43 is dozens. Just almost 4 dozen.
It's 2 dozen and some extra.
Oh, it gets better.
That's 3 dozen.
3 dozen and some extra. My bad, yeah.
Officials said 26 primates escaped from the Yemassee facility in 2014, and an additional 19 got out in 2016.
So there are no... When they said they knew how to lure them in, they were definitely no newcomer to monkey escapes.
Every 2 years for a period of time, there were monkeys escaping from this facility.
Gentlemen, I just did the math.
Mm-hmm.
It is 203 monkeys.
How much is a score?
20.
They need to do something
because 3 monkeys ago, our great nation.
They need to do something about all these monkeys getting out of this facility. Do they? The monkeys can climb. Do they leave the windows open at the top of the roof? I don't.
So it's every couple of years. That sounds like it's when they get a new guy on,
Carl,
they can't help but forget the monkey door.
Carl, did you forget the monkey door again?
No, it's a different person every time.
It's hazing. Begin the monkey fracas.
The monkey fracas just sounds like a curse.
Right?
May you be inflicted by the monkey fracas.
May you live an interesting monkey fracas.
Now here's the thing. My sympathies are entirely with the monkeys here.
Oh, damn straight, man. They're getting their first taste of freedom.
You can't blame a monkey for trying to get out, especially when they're, in medical testing.
It's a fucking monkey. What else is it gonna do?
You're gonna start putting lipstick on that monkey.
Wait, back up.
Yeah.
What?
That's what they test on monkeys. You didn't know that? They test all kinds of shit on monkeys.
Okay.
Lipstick, shampoo.
I'm just picturing there's a pervert with some lipstick and a bunch of monkeys, and even his bosses are like, man, we got to get rid of Hank.
Okay,
He's
so
been putting on lipstick on the monkeys and letting them out.
We don't even make lipstick.
Well, they test it for other companies. They don't make the lipstick. They just test it on the monkeys. For
Oh
the
man,
company.
I just like the idea that this guy's just sneaking lipstick in, and they're like nuclear research or something.
I think this group sends the monkeys out to companies for testing.
Well, guess what? Maybe don't send them out like this.
So they're a monkey mill.
Yeah, maybe the monkeys are delivering themselves. Did you ever think about that?
Self-delivering monkeys.
That sounds like something out of Futurama.
Yes, sir. I would like to order 2 monkeys.
You know, the Planet Express is dealing with a company that has self-delivering monkeys.
It's nothing but a ship full of gunters, and only one of them has the hat.
I love it. The group Stop Animal Exploitation Now sent a letter to the U.S. Department of Agriculture asking the agency to immediately send an inspector to the Alpha Genesis facility, conduct a thorough investigation, and treat them as a repeated violator. Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. What? They just get a note, cut out all these monkey shines.
Oh, man. And, yeah, so pretty wild.
Wow.
Wild.
Why?
It's bananas.
Oh.
I was gonna make a monkey jumping on the bed joke, but then I realized that's probably racist. As a kid, I just took them as monkeys, but in my adult life, I'm going,
Yeah.
they probably didn't mean they were real monkeys.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that, but like they keep using like a jazz version of that song on the podcast formerly known as What's It Called? So like that's just weird now.
That is an incredible amount of monkeys that has escaped from this facility.
It is a shocking number of
But now
monkeys.
they've doubled, so it had been like about 20 per year before, but now it's 43. So
Okay, if we're going by that logic, next time it's going to be 86 monkeys.
Man, I thought 12 monkeys was bad enough.
yeah,
It's literally going to be 4 square and 6 monkeys.
4 square. Like the monkeys
Four
are
score.
playing-
Four
they're playing
score.
they're playing a bouncy ball game.
Oh, quit it.
And then we'll get Super Monkey Escape 128.
I'm telling you, they do need to just put them in like big hamster balls.
I mean, that's got to be kind of a fun thing to go on in that town to an extent. Because, like, how often are you going to see a fucking monkey in Yemassee, South Carolina, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
But although apparently it happens like every 2 years as well. So maybe the novelty is worn off.
The biannual monkey run of the monkeys. That's it.
Yeah, it's just every year there's like a bunch of monkeys in the bad side of the neighborhood, just like, like making people uncomfortable as they're trying to do their grocery shopping.
Yeah.
They're just outside the Walmart,
Can I just say that given we had 2 options here, I do not regret our choice at all.
Yeah, because the other story was about the new Catholic anime mascot.
Oh, we can talk about that next week.
Yeah.
Once they get done making all the hentai, we'll come back to that.
No, the hentai's already out there.
The internet gonna internet.
I'm talking about once they get done.
Look,
no, it's been done.
it's Kevin. That's eternal. They're just gonna keep doing that forever. Look, I was seeing pictures of that like less than 24 hours after they had revealed.
You and I go to very different websites, Mike. No.
This was just like what
Goons.
Twitter.
It's shit posting at this point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No,
because an artist sees something that they definitely shouldn't make porn of, and guess what? They're like, I'm gonna make porn of that.
Yeah,
That's a challenge.
They go.
That's a challenging wank.
Yeah. It just seems like that mascot's off-brand because it's a girl. It should have been a boy. For the whole Catholic thing.
I think
I think they did that on purpose because if they did it a boy, people would be like,
little on the nose, boys.
Like,
Little on
see?
the nose.
You can't help yourselves, can you Catholic priests?
Wow.
That South Park episode.
Yeah. Oh, the great. Oh man. The giant spider.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. Our late friend Paul used to talk about. I want to become a Catholic and worship Cathol.
Yes.
So yeah.
Just like I'm an atheist and I worship the atheist god,
Oh.
Athol.
I was gonna say I didn't know you were into worshiping Richard Dawkins, but
No, he's
okay.
no, he's just a he's just one of those zealots that nobody likes.
You know, I feel like between him and Douglas Adams, the wrong one died. There, I said it.
Yeah, Douglas
that's
Adams
fair.
would be like one of the saints, I guess, maybe
Yeah.
martyr.
Yep. I just wish he was still around to basically every time Elon Musk talked about how great the Hitchhiker's Guide is, Adams could just go, I hate you.
Yeah, no, we need that more than ever.
Yep.
Yeah. Dawkins, he's not like one of these evangelists that like make tons of money off it. He's more like one of these people. He's like you're not wrong. You're just an asshole.
He would be the leader of the militant wing of the atheist religion and would not be above bombing a location.
I don't think he'd bomb a location, but he definitely is like, a shit person.
Yeah. Probably. So, thank you for that, David. And legitimately, thank you for that. That was by far the winner so far of the whole night.
43 monkeys.
Again, 2 score and 3 monkeys. That's just how I'm describing it from now on. So,
they claim they have no diseases.
Claim they I love that and hardly a danger are like the
there
two
is
things.
Almost no danger to the public,
and they're certainly not infected.
But there's not zero danger. Is what you're saying.
In all fairness, I don't think they could legally say there's no danger.
It is monkeys. They are freaking little terrors.
I mean, once they find the armory, all bets are off.
Yes.
Oh man, it's like the beginning of Planet of the Apes, but Planet of the Monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys.
Yeah.
Mike.
Yes.
What's your last story for the night?
So, do you think I can top monkeys?
I don't know.
I'm sure you could. They're smaller than you.
That's true. You could just
no. I mean, not
on
like that. Ooh, no, I'm not topping a monkey like that. Could I top the spectacle of the monkeys?
I don't know.
Well, how about from Science Alert? Cats basically are liquid after all. Study confirms.
Wait a minute. Okay.
I will continue. If you've ever lived with a cat, you've seen the way they ooze and spill and flow like a small ambulatory fur puddle. Not only do we think of cats as liquid objects, they smugly seem to know it too. Science has now effectively proven it. When faced with a series of progressively smaller openings, cats are able to pour their way through, much like a liquid, hesitating when the opening is too small for comfort. It suggests that, as well as displaying some of the properties of fluids, cats also possess a measure of self-awareness about their own size. The finding, made by ethologist Peter Pangraz of Eötvös-Loránd University in Hungary, adds to our understanding of the cat's sense of self, a key metric when asserting the cognitive abilities of a given species. The fluidity of felines has not escaped the notice of science. In 2014, a paper by physicist Marc-Antoine Fardin showed that, over time, cats ooze to conform to the shape of containers in which they sequester. This could, in a rather imaginative sense, place cats in the category of amorphous solids. Not quite a solid, but not quite a liquid either. Pangaz's research was conducted to determine whether cats demonstrate awareness of their own bodies. He participated in a similar study in 2019 on dogs, which found that by being wary of entering gaps By being wary of entering gaps too small for their bodies, our canine companions know their own size and use that knowledge to make decisions. Cats are a bit harder to study because they are much more ornery. Dogs are pretty happy to do the things humans ask of them, but cats only do what cats want. And cats do not like laboratory settings.
That's true. They don't. We've seen that.
Neither do monkeys.
So Pongraz designed an experiment to suit an environment more comfortable to the cats, taking them from their own homes, taking to their own homes in Budapest to put them through their paces. The setup consisted of boards with openings cut out, the first series of varying widths and the second of varying heights. Though only 30 of the 38 cats selected actually completed the experiment, the results of their participation was telling. For most of the holes, the cats oozed themselves through to their human on the other side without hesitation, even when the hole was half their body width. But for the panels of varying height, the cats showed hesitation if the aperture was shorter than the height of their withers. The feline equivalent of hips. They even sought alternative solutions such as jumping over the panel entirely. This behavior emerged more frequently in taller cats, suggesting the body size awareness play a role in the decision making. It's also important to note that because the experiment was taking place in the cats' homes, an environment in which the animals would feel safe, the hesitation was unlikely to be due to wariness about what might be on the other side of the panel. These results suggest that opening narrowness and opening height are perceived differently by cats. Narrow openings are perfectly fine, and a cat will squeeze itself through like toothpaste out of a tube.
That's true.
Without a care in the world. However, opening heights require more consideration, potentially because the cat has to crouch to get through. The results indicate that cats may find it more difficult to crawl through a short opening than squeezing themselves through a narrow but tall opening. The specific anatomical features support this theory, Pongraz writes. Additionally, cats would behave more cautiously when they have to lower their posture in a very short opening because they might feel more vulnerable in this situation. He plans to design more experiments designed to test cats' awareness of their size and weight in more challenging situations and discern how these awareness affects the decision-making processes. So I know for a fact why the cats are more comfortable with narrowness than height.
Because it's less prone.
Well, no, because they have whiskers. Their whiskers are a crucial device that cats use to tell what they can fit through. Because their whiskers extend to about the right size for a cat to squeeze through. So if something is smaller than the cat's whiskers width, they will be very hesitant of getting through it. Whereas height, they have no, inbuilt mechanism to judge height.
I think I saw a video of this because it was a white panel in a doorway, and they had all these different holes.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had seen that video. I wasn't aware it was related. I thought it was just someone doing like cat shit on the internet. You know what I mean?
Oh, fuck with cats.
I think people have been fucking with their cats with this idea for a while too. But I don't know if that might be the actual experiment or just someone that did something similar just out of coincidence or did something similar because they knew about the experiment going on.
You know what this also reminds me of? Do you remember that like horror Marmaduke meme where it was like Marmaduke was an amorphous like shape and it was the owner saying, "You were a dog once, a dog."
I think that sounds familiar.
Yeah, it sounds like some of the stuff they used to do with Something Awful where they would have Marmaduke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are cats like half cephalopod?
Possibly.
Yeah, I was going to say, when Ginger's lying down, it does make me think of a snail. So, yeah, great. Liquid cats. Now available in cans. Now,
when you pop the top, you just hear meow.
When you pop the top and you just can't stop. Oh, Lord. Man. So yeah, cats. I don't know. I don't know. I feel kind of bad talking about cats. I still think about my cat, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, the whole idea of viscosity with cats.
Yeah, I mean we see it all the time. Like it's but like just like studying it, because the way that the cat's skin like bunches up and like all that loose skin and stuff that allows them to do that, the fact that I don't think that cats have shoulder blades necessarily. That's another element of their anatomy that like allows them to have that flexibility. It's just they're very interestingly evolved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of jealous, just because like I am not limber.
Right? I wish I had loose skin.
I had that. I don't now, but I did.
It'd be fun to mess with people with like loose skin. It's like freak them out.
Ugh,
Yeah.
man.
Check out what I can do with my neck.
Look what I can do.
Beetlejuice style.
Ugh, gross. Man. So, thank you for that, Mike. Once again, we're left to ponder cats. What the fuck? Now,
we did that episode on frogs. We could probably do an episode on cats.
Oh, cats are uniquely tied in with this.
Yeah.
With ghosts and witches and aliens and such.
Yeah.
We could definitely do a cat episode.
Yeah.
Before we move on, Mike, I sent you a link earlier. I just want to get this out there while I'm thinking about it to the rest of the world. The original cover artist for the Wheel of Time books was Daryl K. Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And I found a post on Reddit recently that was art he did of The Lord of the Rings, and I am just now convinced that man never read a book.
No.
Because
it's supposed to be Ents.
yes, the tall guys that look like the
Looks like a gathering of
hermits.
brown Sauron.
It's just brown hermits from Life of Brian. You know, the Terry Jones character?
I don't remember one of the hobbits balding.
No, that's supposed to be Samwise. Young Samwise Gamgee.
Yeah, it's always funny how like some adaptations like make Sam look older than Frodo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is the one in the knight helmet supposed to be Aragorn?
I have no idea. It's either Aragorn or it's Boromir.
Well, this is at the door, so he wasn't in. He didn't go into the mines of Moria.
Yeah, he did.
With them. He did.
Yeah, Boromir went in with him.
He was in there with them.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Boromir didn't die till after that.
Yeah, I don't remember him in the mines with them.
Yeah. He was the one that was like, they have a cave troll.
Yes, that was the exact line I was going to quote.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I haven't seen
It's
Lord of the
been-
Rings in a decade or two.
No, it's cool.
You really should watch it again. I watched it a couple months ago. Rewatched
The last time I watched it was when Scott still lived in Clinton.
Wow.
That was a while back.
It's been a while. Okay, I've done both my references now. We can move on. David, we're going to do some questions here, and I was
Okay.
wondering if you could read them this time.
Okay, well, let me go ahead and open up Discord so I can...
Oh, well, I mean, we're on Discord.
Well, yeah, but also it's on another window, and if I do things on the computer acts up, and then the audio starts skipping. So let me go ahead and...
Well, okay,
no,
if
I
it's
gotcha,
like that,
gotcha.
I can read them. It's fine.
No, yeah, in fact, I think you ought to read them.
Yeah, okay, let's see. We're going to start way back here. Once again, I want to thank the Peanut Gallery for all your questions. We really appreciate them. Okay, so Allie Bear asks, you get the power to change into a cryptid. Did we do this one?
Doesn't sound familiar.
No, we didn't. Okay, I'm thinking of a different one. You get the power to change into a cryptid. What do you choose, and how do you plan to mess with people using your newfound power?
I mean, I'm always going to end up being a Hopkinsville goblin. That's just...
I
Yeah.
feel like you should have to say something different, but okay.
I mean, I could figure something else out, but I mean, I'm being honest
No.
with myself.
Yeah,
Deep in
no,
my
it's
heart of
fine.
hearts, I am a little green weirdo.
I'll go.
Okay, Mike.
I'm going to be the Mothman just for the awesome ass.
Ooh, fair. What you gonna do? Land in front of people and like twerk?
Just shake that ass.
You're just gonna twerk at them.
Yep. And maybe get beans.
Ooh, man, I didn't think about the bean angle of this.
The bangle.
You'll never go hungry.
That's true.
Just and that with that ass, man, could I fart a storm?
Ooh, good point. You know what? I'm gonna go with a Thunderbird for like the worst possible reason.
Mm-hmm.
Just grabbing kids out of the front yard and dropping them.
You're like that Pokemon, Drifloon.
Yeah, which I don't know. I feel it's my Anakin Skywalker speaking.
Fuck them younglings.
Yeah, which I love the fact that it's like, he killed younglings? No, children. He murdered children. Just say it.
You know, I want to be a squonk.
Yeah. You want to cry at people and melt.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing lately, so...
Okay, fair. You're already there.
Let's personify that shit. Let's do that.
All right. So, thank you for that one, Allie Bear. Next question is from Sam. The cryptids play D&D. Who's playing what? Who's playing? What's their classes? And who's the DM?
Okay.
Okay, I'm saying a gray is the DM because they're math nerds.
When they play something a little more, when they play something different, something like humans and houses.
Yeah, that are Call of Cthulhu.
Nah, that's too close to their, They want to play something like I rolled to file my taxes.
Okay, you know what? Screw it. We're changing that question up. They're playing humans and houses. Let's each of us pick a cryptid and we figure out what their class is.
I'm gonna choose
grays.
I was gonna say we're basically just doing offices and bosses from the Hello from the Magic Tavern.
Pretty much, yes.
And the gray's an accountant.
The gray's an accountant. Okay. Yes. Did you say one before that?
No.
Okay. David, pick a cryptid and pick a class.
Okay. The cryptid I am going to go with is Bigfoot.
Oh, good one.
Mm-hmm. The class is Trucker.
Perfect.
Yes.
Cross-country trucker driving naked through the night. Yep.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can't wear clothes because all the fur would just get too hot.
He does have a vest.
Oh, yeah, gotta have a vest.
The high-vis vest, yeah, so if he gets out, like when he blows a tire, he will be seen.
Well, and
just picture him with a little baseball bat whacking the tires.
And he'd also have a hat, let's be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Probably like Fish Fear Me, Women Love Me or something.
No, it'd be, I'm trying to think of something good. I can't. Anyway.
Okay. It's just a hat that reads methamphetamine.
Oh, man. I'm going to go with a Hopkinsville Goblin.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to do like Paul did. They're playing murder hobos. And they get into an argument with the DM so that they can play that.
The DM would be like, "Come on, that's not a real class. Come on, you could be just a regular hobo."
That's exactly what happened with Paul, though. Paul's like, "I want to be a hobo," because it was listed as one of the professions. I was like, "You can't be a hobo. I want to be a hobo." It's like, "Fine, fuck you." And it's like, "No, actually, it was fuck me."
Mm-hmm. And just to fuck with people, the Mothman will play as a UFO investigator.
Oh, that's hilarious. I love that idea.
My name is John Keel.
And then I'm trying to think who could be one of those jerk players that always like tries to break the game. Be like I don't know.
Man in Black.
Well, I was gonna say, my thing what I was gonna say was say something like the Flatwoods Monster. But he's playing a quote unquote, government agent, but he's just playing it as a man in black the whole time.
Oh yeah, and
And
the whole
the whole point is to be like, normal people, but he's like always trying to derail it.
and I just think it would be really fucking funny if they're all sitting there and somebody goes to the DM and is like, "Hey, can we not invite Flatwoods back? He won't stop farting."
Yeah, he has some very strong opinions about politics at the table.
Yeah, he's got really
Makes us
weird
uncomfortable.
opinions on ethnicities, and I don't want him at the table anymore. Man.
That voice he keeps doing is very problematic.
What are you talking about? This is my normal voice. Give me a pin. So, next question is from, I always screw this name up, I think. Disu Firoa, the Frozen Seraphim, one of our newer members of the Peanut Gallery. How do you think cryptids would interact with humans if they were incorporated into society?
Not.
It makes me want to do a new version of the Aaron Apprentice, but with cryptids.
I think they would just like bugger off because, we're not worth it.
Yeah, I have a feeling a lot of them will be like, "Yay, we're gonna have fun." Pay what? But wait, every year we have to do that?
How
Right.
long? How long a day do I have to devote to this work thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
What?
Bigfoot's not going to pay taxes.
No, Bigfoot's gonna. Yeah, no, Bigfoot's going to jail.
Right. No, I had that idea for that comic where it was a like cryptids living in society, and he had that cab driver that would like drive him
Right.
around.
Yeah. We
Something
may
like
have
that.
to come back to that.
Yeah.
Let's see. That one we're gonna save for Weekend Weird. Not Weekend Weird. Distraction Hole. Another one from Sam. I feel like this is a question for Dusty and David, which is more fuckable, Mothman or Hopkinsville Goblins?
I mean, Mothman.
Dusty did not say one way or the other. But yeah, no,
Coward.
I'm with you.
Coward. We're at side. Pick a war. We're at war. Pick a side.
I'm going with Mothman.
Yeah.
The goblins,
Ripped apart by goblins.
the goblins
new
aren't
Chuck-
aren't little short stacks. They're just little goblins.
Yeah, just ripped apart by goblins. The new book by Chuck Tingle. So we got one from Lenora. My question is for Kevin and David, though Mike can chime in if he wants. And this is one of those questions Lenora will ask where I want to request everyone, when you ask questions of us, be kind to your Zennials, because, like, we're trying, but I don't understand things sometimes. So I'm going to ask this question to David, and we'll see what he says. My question, I read that part. Thanks, Kev. The internet has been generating new, quote, meta-horror monsters for D&D. What are your takes on the ideas behind the Oblex and the False Hydra as D&D monsters, and specifically how they relate to certain primal fears of the players? My response, I have no idea what any of that meant.
Yeah, so I don't necessarily know about these, but like from what I've gathered, like it's more about like I don't know, it's one of those where I think I would need to think about it a little more. It's definitely a homebrew thing.
I'd have to do research on it, and I'm like balls deep in Skinwalker Ranch at the moment, so we'll try to come back to that one next time after some reading.
Because I'm looking at the False Hydra, and thematically it seems to revolve around the idea of like entropy, which I think is very it's very much kind of like a doomer kind of thing, and doomerism being all the rage amongst the kiddos these days with also with like the back rooms and like abstraction and that sort of thing. Again, like I can't really, but just kind of piecing together what I see. What's the other one that they mentioned? There was the False Hydra and the
False Hydra and the Oblex, Oblex.
Oblex. Let me.
I do not know what that is.
Yeah. So, okay, this is some sort of like intelligent ooze. Interesting. I think the inability to like quantify something is what is they're kind of Lovecraftian now that I think about it.
I was going to say this is literally the thing that should not be.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'd have to investigate it further, but
Created by mind flayers. Okay.
that sounds like it sounds like
a Lovecraft.
It sounds like it's a topic for my blog actually.
It's a fucking Shoggoth.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a Shoggoth. So
Shoggoths all the way down.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the next question they had was are there any cryptids or mythological monsters from IRL that you know of which might be based on? Yeah, the Shoggoth.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think if we look into it a little bit more, and I think maybe we could do some research on these things and bring it up next week.
Sure, we'll look into that. Another one from Lenora. Actually, the next two are from Lenora, and that's all our questions for the week. Next one, Weekend Weird Questions. Have you heard of this internet phenomenon? And this is from the map porn community on Reddit, and I am familiar with this. Places that, quote, don't exist according to internet memes.
Yeah.
You familiar with this one, Mike?
No.
Okay. So-called places around the world that might be conspiracies, a hoax, a government lie, or just a product of people's imaginations. I've heard of this. This is the conspiracy theory that, like, certain countries don't exist.
Oh, God.
Or states.
Yeah.
And it's stupid, but I love it.
Yeah. No, because
Like,
there's some where it's like, it sounds like a legitimate thing, and then there's others where it's like fucking Wyoming doesn't exist.
It's the first one I was going to say. There's a conspiracy that Wyoming doesn't exist. Another one being Finland.
Mm-hmm.
My absolute favorite, it's like all these smaller places, like a state or a European country or a town or whatever. Like there's Paraguay. But then like the whole fucking continent of Australia.
Yeah. I mean, because some of them sound legit. Like there's Tripura and Manipur, Murcia, Malise, Lyria.
Yeah, Delta, Amacuro. Yeah, there's some. I mean, I get it, but like also don't be dumb.
Yeah.
Don't piss off countries right now. They've got enough reason to hate us.
Right. But yeah, no, it's just again. This is a lot of like that kind of like the youths, as I like to call them.
What's a Ute?
Right. But they are very much like soaked in irony. They bathe in that shit. So
okay, yeah, but
that's.
I feel like we're gonna pay for that one day.
Well, we already have. But,
oh, right, my bad.
Yeah.
Well, last question from Lenora this time. Supernat question. And I love this one, Mike.
Yeah.
Here we go. Being that classical elementals, according to the mythology, are aspects of nature with some level of sapience and humanish shape and form, just with a very primal nature according to their base origin. Is fire elemental spooge the inspiration for napalm? Flame spirit come. Is it a weapon?
No comment.
I'm saying yes. I like the idea that a military scientist working for like the fucking Pentagon or something was
gets in
sitting
contact with an Ifrit and
it just had a picture of Ifrit from Final Fantasy VII and was just jorking his peanuts and just wait a minute.
I wish my jizz could be on fire.
Yeah. I wish I could come flame on Vietnamese people.
That just brings up like a new interpretation of I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just sitting here face palming, dude. Oh, sweet baby Jeebus, save me. Thank you for those questions, everybody. We really do appreciate them as always. And they're so much fun to answer when it's about fucking flame spirit jism. So,
Jesus.
that being said, David, have you got any plugs?
Nah, just go into my blog. It opened up, last week? And I got
Yes,
plenty of posts there. I'm posting sketches with
you're blogging
commentary.
again.
I brought back my horror column I used to do. And I got that fun little gimmick where every year I'm going to change the title of the column. So this year it's Return of Graphic Content, or I'm sorry, Revenge of Graphic Content. Next year it'll probably be like Son of Graphic Content.
And then Return of the Revenge of the Son of Graphic Content.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which, did I ever tell you we had a naming scheme for something like that at Rose's? One of my managers, to jack up, okay, let me back up there. To raise a wire bin that we kept like pillows and shit in, the pallet jack wouldn't lift it. It would slide off. So we had this one really sturdy piece of wood that we would shove between the bars and jack the thing up. And so that nobody would throw it away, my boss wrote "not trash" on it. And we used a lot of "not trash." And he broke it. He got pissed off and destroyed it, and then he had to get another one, and he wrote "son of not trash."
I love it.
And then when we needed a second one because we were rearranging the whole store, we called it "the return of the son of not trash."
That is exactly the vibe I want from
Yes.
that blog. So
Yes, and that's why when you said that, I was like, I know exactly what he means.
Yep. And yeah, if you want to be able to read the stuff, like I posted a nice little essay about Godzilla -1 because I saw it again. It was re-released to theaters. Happy birthday, Godzilla. 70 years old. Doesn't look a day over 30. So yeah, just go to hpkomics.com. You can click on the blog link and it will take you to all the goodness. Yeah.
Awesome. Please do that. And Mike, have you got anything you would like to plug? Any stuff you've been watching that's cool?
That's more of the other show.
Well, I mean, it's still plugs.
You were talking about plugs earlier, right?
Yeah, the
Be sure the bass is flared.
Yes,
Yeah.
be sure the bass is flared.
Yes.
I'm just gonna throw out there. This is a YouTube channel I discovered called NeuralViz, and it's the only acceptable version of AI I'm willing to take. It's written by a human, and it's AI images and animated and AI voices, but like it's really creative and fun. It's a series of parodies of unsolved mysteries called Unanswered Oddities, where it's these horrible monsters talking about mysteries like an extinct species called humans.
Oh yeah, I saw clips of that.
And they talked about this great sport they used to have. You may have heard of it called Democracy and Marryegg. So, yeah, it's great. Look up NeuralViz on YouTube and check it out. I'm actually enjoying it, and it's the only use of AI I will accept. So, that being said, any final thoughts?
Check for cockroaches before you sit down.
Damn, Mike.
Watch out for the monkeys.
Yep, and I'll just say close the goddamn monkey door.
Yes.
You don't want to let out 203 monkeys. So, thank you everyone for listening. If you would like to learn more about the show, head to supernatpod.rocks. That is supernatpod.rocks. You can find a link to our Discord, our Patreon, every episode of both series so far, our store where you can find merchandise to buy with money for goods, and everything else. So thank you all for listening. We will see you next week for some more Weekend Weird. So until then, stay safe and stay frosty. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
You know what I'm glad wasn't in that monkey story?
Monkeys?
Monkey hookers.
No. Well, monkey torture.
Monkey torture. God, that's my favorite state sketch. You just get a monkey and just torture the hell out of it.